All right, so we just spent the last week watching March Madness absolutely destroy brackets, underdogs hitting, favorites choking, and at least one bet that you're still mad about. And now, zero time to recover because we got Major League Baseball back, 162 games, daily lines, and bullpens ready to explode and ruin your life again. So we go from buzzer beaters and chaos straight into 6 months of how the hell did that bet lose? Same show, same bankroll, different ways to regret it. Let's get into it. I'm Brogan.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Nick.
And boys, I got a lot of regrets. One regret I don't have, though, is the pod last week. I was on vacation. I appreciate Jason stepped back in for the second time. And then Jer, his first time on the show. Listen, I think Jer is a star. Um, I have not seen Jer in a long time, and boy, was it a treat to see him on the pod last week. So, good pod, boys. Appreciate you guys trucking on without me, and I mean, looks like the viewers loved it. One of our highest rated episodes, so maybe I'm the problem here. All right, no reassurance. I love it. Okay, let's go right into my shots because I didn't take them last week. I did take some on vacation, but I'm going to take them here on the pod too. So 2 weeks ago, I had a couple bets that lost. UFC bet, oral buy and side money line did not hit, and Denver -1.5 against the Lakers. Lakers won that game outright. So that was two shots that I did not take last week. This past week, I hit Arizona -22.5 and Iowa State -18.5. And then there was a lot of red after that one. I had Missouri money line. Miami beat the shit out of them. Kansas -7.5 and UConn -13.5. UConn won by I think like 8 or something. And then the parlay of the week, I had UCLA -5.5. UCLA did win, but they did not cover. So they are a good but not great team. So because of that, I guess I've got, I think, one, two, three, four, five. And yeah, so I've got this bottle of Tennessee Jack Daniel's honey that's got just enough left. So I think I'm going to finish the bottle
Hey,
and go from there.
Shit's gonna get off the rails real fast.
It probably will. So
I
I'm going to
am
be here for a little bit. Cheers.
I am in the same boat as Brogan. So last week, as you guys can see, I went 0 and 4. Uh, Nothing worked out the way I thought it was going to. The Duncan, Dulce Day, Kieta. I'm gonna mispronounce everybody's fucking names here.
Doing great.
Uh, what they both ended off in decisions. Did all of them end off in decisions? I can't remember if the last fight did as well. Hold up. Let me grab my fucking note. Um, yeah, yeah. All of my fights actually ended off in decision. So that was super fucking unfortunate. Because obviously I wasn't prepared for that. And the only one I did bet decision for was Patterson, and he lost. So
That was an absolute war, though. That was a good scrap. Just no bodies were hitting the ground.
I know, and it just sucks that yeah, it was a good fight. Um, I just happened to bet on the wrong horse on that one when I bet the decision. That one fight could have just saved me. So I went 0 and 4, but I'll have to take 5 shots because I didn't win a single one of my fucking bets. So that piles one more onto me. So I'll be taking 5. And we're going to get a little bit wacky out here. We're going to get a little bit wacky, a little bit kooky. So, Sean, on to you, baby.
Yeah. I
What
don't know
are
if you
you
guys
gonna
saw
do?
that. The bottle somehow fucking just was the well that keep on gave in there. Yeah, I thought I had it all down, and I was trying to be cool and just show it dripping, and then I dripped all over my fucking self. So, anyways, we're doing great. I'm sure this pod's gonna be great in about 30 minutes when this
Hot,
hits me. So,
hot start. Hot
yeah.
start.
All right, Steve, what do you got?
All right. So I went 2 and 2. I did all NCAA bets for the weekend because it's March Madness, and what else are you gonna do, really? But I had it kind of spaced out where it was gonna be 2 on Thursday and 2 on Friday for the first rounds, and My 2 on Thursday let me down terribly. Ohio State -2.5. Really thought that the Big Ten was going to get it together. And for the most part, they still are and did the opening weekend. But of course, the only 2 Big Ten teams that didn't win are the ones that I locked up, unfortunately. So I had Ohio State -2.5 against TCU. That one went to overtime. And I mean, whenever it goes to OT, you never feel necessarily bad about it, but it just kind of ran out of steam. They were down by as much as like 15 or 17 or some shit in the first half or before halftime. So they battled back. They just ran out of steam. And then the next one was Wisconsin -9.5 against High Point, the 12 seed. And they did not win. They didn't cover. They were up by 10 at one point, and it's just another pin or feather in the hat that is Wisconsin sports, unfortunately, for disappointing losses. So yeah, that didn't hit. Fortunately, though, we made up for it the second day on that Friday. Iowa -2.5 against
Brown Bull
oh
Lago.
god. Yeah, I don't even know who they were playing here. Give me a minute. The 8-seeded Clemson.
Yep.
And at one point, I was drinking. I was having a good time Friday night, and they put up a 3. And I think at one point I was screaming, "Is this heaven?" 3 went in. No, it's Iowa. And I don't think anybody in the sports book was happy because, judging by some of the reactions I was getting, a lot of Clemson backers. But that's on you for not backing the right horse. And then the next one that I had was Miami, Florida. The U going against an SEC powerhouse of who do they have? Who are they going against? Missouri. Yeah, Missouri. And
Who would bet on Missouri?
yeah, the SEC, in my opinion, besides Bama, is incredibly weak. I think they were an overrated conference. So that seemed like a no-brainer. And they beat the brakes off them. So it was good to see. I went 2-2. I got some Old Smoky salted caramel Tennessee whiskey. Here we go. Bottoms up.
Hell yeah. I am actually glad that I finally finished this thing because it's been hanging out. So stay tuned next week, and we'll see what I can throw together to
On to the next
crack
adventure.
open. Yeah, exciting times. Well, talking about on to the next adventure, fall, winter sports are kind of wrapping up, and we're moving on to baseball here in the spring. But we also got some news around the league. So before we get totally into baseball talk, we had some things happen in the football world. Most notably, JSN gets paid, right? So I was kind of shocked when Kenneth Walker left, but it makes sense. They're getting JSN $170 million over 4 years with like 120 guaranteed.
That's crazy.
So getting some serious money. And then, March Madness this last week. Obviously, opening weekend of March Madness is always basically just like a holiday. It should be a national holiday. Shouldn't have to work Thursday, Friday of March Madness, but I digress. Wisconsin losing to High Point is just full pain. I'm not a huge college ball watcher, if you can tell by my picks last week. But Wisconsin was the giant killer of the NCAA this year. Now, obviously, they got beat by some bad teams, specifically Oregon, going into the tournament. But Wisconsin losing to High Point was just a fucking kick in the dick. Like, Wisconsin had the resume to make a deep run, and then you can't even beat High Point. I mean, fire Greg Gard. Honestly, Greg Gard has been disappointing in March. And I don't care that he wins and he over exceeds expectations, right? The Badgers weren't necessarily expected to be great this year. But, I'm on the fucking fire Gard bandwagon here. We got to make some Final Four runs. We were just graced by the gods with Bo Ryan and all those nice runs that they had when we were growing up. And now we got Greg Gard, and dude just can't get it done in March.
I don't even think we need to make a Final Four. I just get us out of the opening weekend.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed with that.
I just got to flex. My dad played for Bo Ryan. That's the only input I have to this conversation.
Hell yeah.
And he will let you know that he played for Bo Ryan. And
Was he on one of the Badgers Final Four teams?
No. That's when Bo Ryan was coaching for Platteville. But but
Still counts. Still
still
counts.
counts.
Yeah.
Played for Bo Ryan, and then he tore everything in his ankle. That's it. That's the only
Shout
thing
out.
I have to this conversation. I just saw Greg Gard's his playoff resume
Yep.
for March. He hasn't won a game. He's
Yeah,
like
he's
won one. And
Yeah,
after that,
he'll
he's
make it
got
out of the
bouts.
first round, and then yeah. Typically, what's happened? He's made the Sweet 16 one time with not his own recruits. It was Bo's recruits. So none of the guys, and albeit with the transfer portal, it's a little bit different now with the NIL and everything. Where I think he's a hell of a recruiter, but very similar to some of the coaches that have graced Wisconsin sports. Not necessarily the best in-game manager with some of those decisions. Even the last possession down the stretch against High Point, where not Tanji, what the hell, Boyd. Even though I think he's a phenomenal athlete, you could go with the hot hand. Blackwell has 30 plus points in that game, and you're just going to try and take it to the rim. Like, even if you get a little bit of contact, it's March Madness. They're going to let you play a little bit. So that's where I was disappointed with. Yeah, and unfortunately, the Badgers didn't play on Friday because all of the games on Friday, it was like for the first time since the 70s, I think I saw, where all the favorites that were expected to win won. There were zero upsets. So I saw that if you parlayed all of that, it would have got you like I don't know if it was a $20,000 payout or some shit, but it'd have been a nice chunk of change in your pocket. And last thing I'll say about the Badgers, lost a High Point, and then we're moving on to at least somewhere else, either in the tournament or the state of Badgers basketball elsewhere. They did make a run against Arkansas. I think it was like a 5 or a 6 point game. So it's good to see at least they didn't get just annihilated against Darius Acuff, even though he went off. I don't know if you watched that game, Brogan.
No, I did not.
Kid
I
is going
was
to be
disgusted.
special.
But
He is.
dude, those shots High Point hit at the end of the Badger games too were just filthy. Like when
not
those,
even the end. Second half, they
right,
it was like a
half.
give and go. Like 20 seconds left in the shot clock. The dude just catches it and then puts it up at the logo.
Yeah,
that was
unreal. And then the guy Chase Johnson hadn't hit a 2-point field goal all year, and then he's the one who gets the fucking cherry picked layup to give him the lead.
I was so disappointed because everybody that I was seeing on social media is like, I found this year's Jack Golke. For those of you that are basketball heads, Jack Golke, the white dude from Oakland that canned 10 threes to beat Kentucky and some of their high lottery picks back in 2 years ago. Absolutely magical run that they had, but. Yeah, no, it's disappointing. Not as many upsets. It's a pretty chalky tournament, but I think we're going to have some really good games in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, and one of the favorite bets that I guess I forgot, well, I wasn't on the pod last week, but one of my favorite bets is the last couple of years I've seen people do just betting they have way bigger units than I do, but $100 on every dog of every game, and then coming out ahead at the end, because typically you'll have a Cinderella that makes a run, and obviously if you hit a couple times, it pays for all of the games that you don't hit on. But I feel like if you did that strategy this year, you are just getting fucking destroyed.
I was curious about that. I did keep a tally at one point, and I think it was maybe only 17. I think you needed to go, what is it? Obviously 32 games, so 60, or not 32, 3,200 if you're betting $100 each game. And
right.
I think it might have paid out maybe $1,700 or $1,800 at some point. So not a profitable year. I did see some people touting Siena first half money line against Duke, which shit at 20-1, that's amazing.
Right. Well, and some people had the early win promo. So if they get up 10 and they pay out the money line, so that was plus 5,500 for some people. So good hit for them. Talking about hits, right now we got the opening day baseball game going on between the Yankees and the Giants as we're recording this on Wednesday night. And it was Nerfy hit.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Nerfy guy, as you guys will learn throughout this baseball season. However, the Yankees have put up 5 in the second. So the Bronx Bombers not really bombing it. They're doing it with hits and running around the bases, but they are getting to Logan Webb here.
Don't matter as long as there's nothing in the first.
Nobody can stop my Yankees.
Is this the year for the Yankees? We will find
Every
out.
year's the year for the
No.
Yankees.
Well, okay, so just some more NFL news before we get too deep into baseball. Patrick Mahomes, did you guys see that video that came out of him throwing?
No.
It's just him in like a workout facility, and it's like 100 days past his surgery or whatever, and he was throwing
Was
the
he
ball around.
standing and like moving
Yep.
around?
Yep, I mean, it looked okay, right? I don't know. Twitter doctors, don't know whether to trust him, but a couple of them were like...
4 weeks tops.
Yeah, well, a couple of them
weeks
were
tops.
like, this is normal. Like, it's not like he's doing anything superhuman. So, I don't know. But Mahomes is hopping around and throwing. And the NFL announced that the Seahawks are going to open up the season on a Wednesday. So get hyped for that. Did you guys see that?
No.
Yep, just announced. I think it was today.
Isn't it against?
I saw it today.
Aren't they playing the?
I don't think they announced who they're playing yet, because then I think Thursday the Niners and Rams play down under in Australia. I think.
It's so stupid.
So then for the Seahawks to open the season, they have to play on Wednesday because they're the
What
Super
time
Bowl
is that
champs.
What time is that game gonna start?
7:20, I think I saw. Well, that's Eastern. 7:20 Eastern. So
Dude, I will
6:20.
not complain about Wednesday game. I don't give a fuck, dude. I will not complain. I will sit down and consume my NFL slop like a good little goyim. All right, I will.
Obviously,
I will do it.
Yeah, obviously, I don't care. I'm never going to complain about more football, but I mean, as a player, I'd be pissed. You got to go different time zone. Probably play at like 7 in the morning.
10:35 in Australia in the morning.
It's fucking terrible. They don't even make college kids do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody who's on the Rams, but potentially might not be making that trip, I guess. He probably will. Puka Nacua came out.
I keep seeing he keeps getting into some mischief.
Allegedly. Now, he was having a great time at a UFC event. I mean, Puka
Oh
Nacua,
my god, he was hyped as shit. It was awesome.
He's living life, but maybe just a little bit too much. Allegedly, he tried to become a vampire and bit a woman during a New Year's Eve incident this past New Year's Eve. And yeah, basically, I think the story, allegedly, again, don't sue us, is that he bit the woman after making an anti-Semitic remark or something. And then Nakua's attorney came out and basically said it was like a shakedown and the bite was just temporary, so it's not a big deal. But I don't get how that argument's cool.
And to be fair, I'm pretty sure not to be fair, allegedly Puka's the one that said the not the woman.
Right. No.
Just to clarify here, Puka's the one that said the anti-Semitic remark and then proceeded to bite the woman.
Yep.
I would just like to get that clear.
Jewish?
I don't. Yeah. Allegedly.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
All alleged. I don't know. I don't know enough.
Did they red pill? Did they red pill Puka?
Puka's been red pilled, bro.
Puka seems like he loves to live.
Yeah,
life
you know what?
He's been red pilled.
Yeah. You're right.
Are we concerned at all on this pod that allegedly Puka Nacua is going down the AB route?
No.
No.
Listening to him talking conversations and all that.
Well,
he hasn't gone the full. Once he goes to full Kanye, that's when he's too far gone. He's not.
Stats department's looking it up, but didn't Puka also just come out saying CTE's not? Oh no, that was Cam Scadaboo.
Cam. Yeah, Cam's gonna do as Cam does. Yeah, no, he apologized for it later. I'm sure it's pretty half-assed apology, but I did see that. And I was like, damn it, that ain't a great look.
Not for your Giants on their over.
Doesn't matter. What are they going to do? Suspend him for saying CTE's bullshit? Do we have the science? Do we have all the science?
Actually, the NFL would probably love that. They'd probably love to hear that CTE's bullshit and concussions.
Dude, start strapping up 3-year-olds. Put them in helmets. Let's go. Pee-wee Football League.
Let's really revive this product that it is the NFL, and let's start getting them playing at the age of as soon as they're able to.
Let's have people shaken by the age of 45, looking like Muhammad Ali.
32. I want it to be in their 30s.
Late 30s.
Mid.
I also... Okay, I was trying to move us on for this conversation. I also saw that Apparently, at the owners' meeting, right, they go over like rules and rules changes and things. And allegedly, this one doesn't have to be alleged, but apparently, there will not be any discussion on the tush push. I think I saw. Did you guys see anything about that?
Yeah, that makes us look weak as shit when we tried to outlaw that shit. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I don't really care. I don't know why. I think the Packers were doing it as a favor to Roger Goodell. I think that's it.
I don't think so. I don't know.
You sure? The Packers are one of the least impacted teams by the tush push.
Until we have to play the Eagles and they fucking shove it down our asses.
They do that to every team. I literally
Yeah, till we gotta play 'em.
I literally think Roger Goodell gave us the draft, and then he's like, "Could you get this one unfun play out of the mix?" And
I
that's
don't know
how
who's good. It's non-football guys complaining about it. Like, oh, it's unsafe for the players. Get
it's
fucked.
people who want to see an entertaining NFL.
Don't give a shit. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Fucking stop them.
I have no issues with the tush push. Let me make that clear right now. But I could totally see it.
Load the
hurting
box. Take out knees. Fucking jump over.
Okay,
Do what you gotta do.
Non-NFL people. Okay, do you know how many non-NFL people there are in the world?
Yeah, there's a lot of Swifties now too.
A lot.
A lot of Swifties.
People want to see the fucking boom bang.
Swifties don't want to see some ass pushing.
Taylor Swift ain't got no ass. All right, so it's
all right, easy.
We will get attacked.
Talking about the
That's
Swifties.
the most offensive comment you've made, Nick.
I don't know if you guys talked about it last week. I don't know when the news broke, but Travis Kelce signed a 3-year deal, I think, to go back to the Chiefs. So
3 years. Holy shit. I knew he was coming
3
back.
years.
Damn.
Right. So hypothetically, let's say you are Travis Kelce, you are engaged to Taylor Swift. Why the fuck are you still playing football?
I thought he was making the fucking pivot to like being an actual
WWE.
celebrity. You know, like
All right,
going
hang
on
on.
commercials, movies, TV shows. Like I thought he was making that pivot.
I'm pretty sure I saw that. I could have been wrong. Yeah. 3-year extension with the Chiefs. $54.7 million.
Was he a free agent going into this year? Is there 4 years on that contract?
Yeah, I think so, because I don't think he was actually a free agent. Like, he was still going to be on the Chiefs. He would have had to retire this year if he didn't want to play.
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy.
Why? He's kind of dog shit nowadays. Like he's like, okay,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that.
He was their primary option, and when Mahomes needed him, he would get like he's still cooking. Did you see the Christmas Day game? Like,
Okay,
come
you
on.
can cook for a singular game. All right.
Yeah.
You can cook for a singular.
He's a safety net. Like as long as Mahomes is there, I think he'll
I
be
don't
there.
know. Like if you're okay,
I think he wants one more.
I shouldn't call him dog shit. I shouldn't call
They're not
Travis
gonna
Kelce
call him
dog shit
dog.
because he hasn't hit the point of being dog
might.
shit. Let me resend that. He's not dog shit, but he's not what he used to be. You know, and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Sorry, he's a mid-30s. He's not an all-pro caliber player anymore, but he's extremely serviceable.
yeah,
Right.
100%.
Big Dog was serviceable into his 40s.
Does Travis Kelce really think the Chiefs
Yeah,
are going to win
but-
another Super Bowl?
Dude, and Big Dog doesn't have Taylor Swift at home. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, dog.
She's
Like, what
touring
are you
all the
doing?
time. He's got to do something.
Commercials, ads, movies, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck he wants to do.
Dude, you know how big of a TikTok star he could become?
Oh my
Literally.
He wants to play.
Oh my.
Limitless.
He wants to
amount of
play.
time.
He's gonna play.
And I totally respect that. I don't know. I just feel like once like you're at that peak and you start coming down, most people would just be like, "All right, I'm too old. Time to quit," so they can quit on top. And that's just kind of what I figured Travis Kelce was going to do: is hit that peak, because he was the best tight end ever since Gronk retired, except for that 1 year with Brock Bowers. You know, like I can't remember of another tight. Like you can make an argument between him and Kittle. You know, Kittle better run blocker. Blah 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 blah. But like I just figured when he was on the come down, like he is now, getting too old, that he would have just been like, I have 3 Super Bowls. He has 3.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
right.
mean, yeah, he's got 3. But I mean, like same thing. Gronk retired and he unretired because you like as a dude, if you're that big of a dude, you're gonna want to come back. You're gonna miss it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why Rodgers to the Steelers feels inevitable.
yeah, but didn't Gronk take Didn't he have a year off, or did he just retire and then unretire? So I thought he had
I
like
think he
I thought he had like a gap between.
I think he retired and then he's like, Brady's playing again? I'm back.
Yeah, because he went down to Tampa, but I thought he retired for like a full year before coming back to Tampa.
I don't think so.
Am I tripping balls right now? Stats department.
Yeah,
Probably.
so stats department, he did not play the 2019 season, but he did play
Oh, shit.
2020 and 2021.
Eat shit, Sean. Eat fucking shit. Eat
All right,
shit.
fair enough.
Eat shit.
Fair enough.
All right, well, yeah, pretty light week, I guess, the NFL news. It is kind of the quiet season. It'll pick up here in a couple of weeks as the draft gets closer and closer. Anything else you guys wanted to cover NFL-wise before we move on to maybe some more March Madness potentially and then on the MLB?
Yeah, nothing much.
All right. Well, yeah, I just want to get back to March Madness. I know we've been kind of ping-ponging around here, but overall, I mean, although there hasn't been necessarily a Cinderella this year outside of Iowa beating Florida, but like a true Cinderella, I guess, not really this year. I think it's still been an exciting tournament. I mean, that Vandy Nebraska game was sweet. Vanderbilt thought they had a half court shot. That thing was like
Oh my
down
God.
and in, and then it just somehow shot back out. That was insane.
I saw a still shot of that on X where it's like halfway down.
Yeah.
And then it's like, believe it or not, it was like right in the middle of the cylinder too. It's like, believe it or
Right.
not, this shot did not go in.
Yeah, how the fuck did that ball come out? I don't know.
Just too hard. It was Gordon
Let's
Hayward-esque.
not shame the ball for coming out. Okay, let's support
I
it.
mean, listen, that ball should be shamed because that would be an all-time March Madness moment, and it decided like, nah, I'm actually gonna head out here. Miami of Ohio, they did win their play-in game against SMU. They were kind of unconscious from three, and then SMU kind of made it tight, I think, and then Miami ended up winning. But then they lost right away. So they were undefeated regular season, lost in the conference tournament first game, won the first round game, and then lost to Tennessee quite convincingly in the first round. So
That was
I guess
a bad draw though for them. Same thing with like Northern Iowa against
is
St.
it though,
John's.
or is Miami just
I-
ass and like they're just ass?
I-
Like
They're just
See,
ass. They're just ass.
I don't think so.
They're just
I think
ass.
that as far as mid majors go, I think that they probably should have been playing a mid major school. You got 31-1. I feel like a play-in game is beneath you. Like who we got here? Not Akron, obviously, but like something like a Hofstra or something like that. Give them High Point. See how they do against High Point.
I don't think they beat High Point. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know.
I think they do. I think
They
they're
go
mopped the
31
floor
and
with High
1.
Point.
No way. That's
don't
get
know.
them on. They're both out of the tournament. Let's have a fucking extra game here between High Point and
Yeah,
Miami.
exhibition.
Yeah, I'll put everything. I'll put my Winston, my Rabbit Winston up on High Point to win that game. That's how much I'm confident.
All right, I'll put my cat up.
Sean, I feel like
Forget-
you're our resident ball expert here, especially for college basketball. Do you have any other thoughts on March Madness, the first weekend heading into the
biggest
second one?
thing, yeah, I mean, go like previewing the Sweet 16 games. You're going to get some awesome games, like especially out of that East region bracket. Like you're going to have Duke going against St. John's, and then Michigan State versus UConn. So you get Bobby Hurley versus Tom Izzo in the round of the Sweet 16 to potentially play either John Shire at Duke or ideally the vampire slick Rick Pitino. So that's going to be awesome. I mean, Iowa and Nebraska, I think I've already seen all of the jokes that could be had about it's going to be an honorary punt or whatever to start the game. And that they don't have enough Busch Light in the city of Houston for Iowa, Nebraska, and Illinois, I guess. 3 Big Ten teams invading Houston. What can go wrong there? Otherwise, other side of the bracket, like Michigan, Alabama is going to be a fun game. Michigan can get got if they're susceptible from 3. Badgers got them when they got hot, and Alabama was absolutely nuclear against Texas Tech. I think they shot like 15 threes or whatever. So, I mean, that's a recipe for success. Otherwise, Arizona versus Arkansas. Arizona's looking like probably the best team out of the 16 that are left, and they're going against Darius Acuff Jr., probable top 5 pick in the NBA draft. So, I mean, if he loses the goddamn mind, I could see an upset, but otherwise, I'm looking forward to another Thursday, Friday slate of games. Oh, nothing better.
Well, and how about I think there's 6 Big Ten teams in the
Yeah.
Sweet 16. Obviously, somebody's going to have to lose between Iowa and Nebraska, but is this the year the Big Ten gets the monkey off their back and actually wins a championship for the first time since like 2000?
I'm gonna say no because there's like 4 of them on one side of the bracket.
Fair. Um, it's also kind of wild how Houston gets to host in the South. I mean, Florida was the
Yeah.
1 seed. I mean, I get this; these things are kind of predetermined before the tournament gets seeded, but Houston being the 2 seed gets a home game for the Sweet 16, and then also the Elite Eight if they win.
Well, you'll see that every couple of years, right? Like if the Badgers are good or if Marquette is good, and then they'll like favor them in the Midwest region where it'd be like where the Bucks play the Pfizer Forum. So typically that would be like the opening round, though. I'm really surprised that it's a Sweet 16.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Thursday, Friday should be a good time. March Madness is just always great because even if you're like me, just a casual college ball fan, you can throw on any tournament game and have a good time watching it. And there's also plenty of bets to place, whether it's first half, uh, you know, is there going to be a buzzer beater? There's so many fun March Madness bets.
Please do not live bet. All right. I swear to God, I lose the most amount of money live betting unless it's Iowa punt. Do not live bet. It's such a bad
Did you live
idea.
bet some of the games last weekend?
No, last time I was down at Brogan's house and I was live
This
betting.
was like 3 years.
This is a
Yeah.
while
It
ago,
hasn't been at
dude.
my house.
You've been there before.
Dude, I like live betting is the fucking bane of my existence because you don't get to sit down and think it through. You are like, oh shit, this is a fucking, this is a hotcake sale. I need to do it now.
Yeah.
Live betting's sick, dude. Don't listen to him.
Right. So Nick has
You're
this
hammered
perspective.
and live bet
Right.
the UFC.
Sean throws $800 on a UFC fighter when he can't even read.
Win 10.
His fucking thumbs just work on the buttons. He can't even see what he's betting on.
I'm one-eyed betting. One-eyed betting, stomping, like slamming my foot on the ground to get my balance.
Bet Iowa punt. That's the only thing I got for you.
Yeah.
Bet Iowa punt.
All right. Well, I guess the other big news that we got right is the MLB season's kicking off. We got opening night tonight. You can't even call it opening day. Opening day is tomorrow, Thursday, March 26th, when we got all the teams in action. If you're going to enjoy baseball, you should do it this year because there most likely will be a lockout next year. So who knows if there will even be baseball next year with how ugly that could get. However, the Cubs are trying to get ahead of that lockout because they just signed their all-star, Pete Crow Armstrong, to a 6-year, $115 million extension. I don't know if you've ever seen PCA, Nick, but he does not look like somebody who would be like a really good baseball player.
Really good at baseball, yeah.
Yeah. Like he just kind of looks like a little kind of kid. I don't like. I'm not trying to shit on him because he's a good player, but like he's young still. He's 24, but like he just does not look like somebody who'd be getting 6 years, $115 million.
He's got like
baby
a baby
face.
face. Okay. He's got,
Yeah.
Okay.
And just like I don't know, when I see like interviews of him too, he just doesn't seem like he looks more like a movie star or something than a baseball player. But
He's very fiery. I do appreciate his passion for the game, like especially if he was on my team. I also like that it's a double-edged sword, and when he strikes out, and he'll just freak the fuck out in the dugout like a petulant child.
Yeah.
But again, we have no shot of ever signing him, so
no,
have fun.
well,
Have fun in Wrigley.
We don't need PCA. The Brewers got Jackson Churio, so we got it better.
Yep.
All right, well, yeah, MLB is back. It's a 162-game season, as always. So this thing's going from March all the way through October, counting the playoffs. It could even sneak into November if we get a Game 7 potentially in the World Series. Is there any long bets that either of you boys know? Or, like, Nick, I know you just love baseball. You just are foaming at the mouth. Are there any win totals or division winners or awards, maybe?
Yankees to win World Series. That's all I got.
All right. Well, that's it's plus
Fair
1,000, so 10 to 1. Not terrible. Not terrible. Okay, so the Dodgers are like plus 200, which I get. Dodgers roster is stacked. Dodgers won it last year. La 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 la. Dodgers plus 200. Like, I almost had a stroke just saying that, but like, you're starting the season and you're 2-1 to win the World Series.
Yeah, yeah, with good reason. Their pitching staff was decimated earlier in the year, and they just figured it out or not even long into the season, like halfway into the season, because I know there was that prop about them beating the all-time single-season wins record, which was like 120 some games, I think, set by the Mariners back in the day. But as I was trying to tell my dad all weekend, if you ever got like a couple nickels that you're just looking to do something with to kind of throw some money around, this shit is a safer bet than the stock market. Not for them to win the World Series, but just to come out of the National League. Right now, it's sitting at plus 120. I mean, you're gonna get 20% of your initial investment. I mean, that seems like a pretty safe bet to me. You just gotta wait 6 months. You can root for a team to win, and again, ideally they do win, and they win in spectacular fashion, causing a lockout. I hope they go 160-2, causing a lockout, because again, the Brewers aren't competing this year. We're gonna be reloading the cavalry, getting them ready for 2028 with my brother is saying, what the hell did he say, this guy? He doesn't speak Spanish the best, but he's very excited about, as he would say, Jesus made, or our third baseman / shortstop, Jesus Made, who's like 17, 18 years old. Get him get up in the slow cooker a little bit. Take 2027 off. Come back after. I just saw he hit something. He would have been our 5th highest hit of the season in a spring training game, where he had an exit velo of like 112 off the bat or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's looking nice for an 18-year-old. So let's get that guy another year to develop.
Yeah, well, then also Andrew Fisher, he played for Italy in the WBC, came from Tennessee. Dude, he just looks like a fucking dog in the batter's box. Like,
yes, he does.
He just looks like a guy who's going to fucking hit 40, 50 home runs a year. Now, he's going to strike out, obviously, a couple times, too. But, like, he just looks like a fucking... Like, there are some guys, when you just see them in the batter's box, that's like, oh, fuck, I don't want to face them. And he's, like, one of those guys for sure. So, can't wait for him to come up, too. So, I totally agree with you, Sean. Let the Dodgers just fucking destroy everybody this year. Lock out the league. And when the league gets unlocked in, like, 2 years, watch out for the Crew. Because... they're going to be
not only that. Ideally, we have a salary cap and a salary floor. We're going to be dangerous. Now we have to spend money.
Well, yeah. So I guess I'm glad you brought that up. My favorite win total this year is the Brewers under 84.5.
Ooh, under?
Partly because it's a hedge bet, right? Like, because if the Brewers are above that, then I'm happy. However, I think the Brewers have been magical the last few years. What happened in the offseason this year? We lost our ace, Freddie Peralta. We lost a lot of role players. And who did we gain?
We got Luis Figueroa. What are you talking about?
Right.
You got a third baseman temporarily.
Angel Serpa, he looked pretty nasty in the WBC as well. He's a good reliever. But, like, I don't know, like, the roster is, unless Churio becomes an MVP front runner, which he obviously could be, he's got the talent. Yelich stays healthy. There's a lot of things I think that have to go the Brewers' way to succeed this year. So I think 84.5 is a little high. I don't know. I think the Reds are going to kind of shock some people this year. I'm kind of tempted to take the Reds over 80.5. I don't know if I would necessarily. I don't love that as much, but I love actually the Brewers under 84.5, because I just think the Brewers' luck has to run out at some point, doesn't it?
No, people are just waiting. They're preying on the downfall.
Well, I mean, I'm not preying on it. Like, I am a Brewers fan. I want the Brewers to be good. I just don't see this roster. I mean, I could see Mizorowski not even being a starter halfway through the year. I mean, he if he has control issues, can't find the strike zone, put him in the bullpen. But the problem is, you put him in the bullpen, we're gonna have too many relievers and not enough starters.
Have him pitch him till his arm comes off, because guess what? We're not gonna need him next year.
Right. If there's ever a time to just explode your UCL, this is the year. All right. Anything else we want to talk about before we get into our picks for this week?
The Crew's got a 3-game series coming up tomorrow, opening day, against the White Sox. So anything less than 2 wins is a failure of a season.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't sweep the White Sox at home, you might as well just give up the rest of the year and just go.
Yeah.
What would that like? Let's say they go 1-2. You might as well just give up the rest. Go 1-161. That way, my under 84.5 will hit. All right. Well, let's move on.
Got a lot of cushion on that one too.
Sean, I guess one thing that I've wanted to touch base on, not to put salt in the wound here, we kind of neglected NBA this week. NBA season's kind of wrapping up here. I think there's like 10 regular season games left for teams. How's your Bucks win total looking, buddy?
It ain't great. We gotta go. We got a big game against the Trailblazers tonight. No, I'm trying to hedge this situation as best that I can and mitigate my losses as much as humanly possible. But still gonna fucking hurt. We gotta go 6-5 down the stretch, and we got some winnable games against 500 teams, but we're not a good team, and we're looking. The Bucks are doing the most pussy shit ever of trying to shut Giannis down. Giannis doesn't want to shut down, so it's so much so that like the NFL or not NFL, NBA Players Association has to get involved. It's fucking messy. He's out. Ideally, we trade him for like a top 5 pick, and we get Darius Acuff, which would be fucking sick. But yeah, we got to go 6-5. If we beat the Blazers tonight, we got to beat the Nets, not the Nets. Beat the Blazers tonight. We got to beat the Clippers, and we got to beat the Mavs this month. Then we got to beat the Nets twice, and then we got to beat Memphis. So that'll get you 35 wins. I doubt it. Best case scenario is that we play the 76ers and the Pistons, who for some reason we can beat without Giannis, even when. So if we were able to come back, it'd be pretty swell, but I'm not really counting on it. So
Yeah,
there's that.
It was kind of fun back when they were in the play-in race, and it looked like Giannis could come back, and potentially Bucks could go on a run, and then it's been pain ever since then. So it was a fun 10 years with Giannis. How many years does Giannis have already? Is he up to 10?
Over
he was drafted
10.
in 2013, so I think he's on.
God,
like
we
year
are
12.
getting fucking old.
If I got
They got the gray hairs to prove it.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's been fun with Giannis. Obviously, he brought a title to Milwaukee. If COVID doesn't happen, we might probably have 2. If Middleton doesn't blow out his
Could
leg.
have 3, realistically.
Right. So we love playing the if game as Wisconsin sports fans, but he did get us 1. So it was nice for the Bucks to be relevant. Probably going to be a dumpster fire for the next 20 years until we hit
Now
again,
hold on.
but-
If John Horst can pull some magic and rabbits out of his hat, doubtful. But yeah, I will give my eulogy of the Milwaukee Bucks once this sad season's over.
Stay tuned, because I'm honestly pumped for that.
Let's try. Oh, I will tell you exactly where it went wrong.
All right.
I have like a page of notes. Sad.
Let's head in to some dogs. Unfortunately, it's been a couple quiet weeks. The dogs have not been barking. Now, I will say, it looks like last week the dogs got a little out of control. Sean, you had Cal Baptist and UCF moneyline.
Yeah, so both of these games were, well, the Cal Baptist one should have probably hit if their star player, I forget his name, but he's from the kid from Compton. He went 1 of 10 or 2 of 10 in the first half. If he gets a couple of those shots and his teammates show up at all, they lost that game by like 5, I think. That alone, they were like 7-1 dogs. I think they win that game outright. I mean, Darren Peterson did show up, so that might have bumped up his stock a little bit, but I'd still go DeBonston in that situation. And then UCF got beat by UCLA, but I don't think they covered because I think you had to take a drink for that one.
No, I did. Yeah, they fucking UCLA won by like 3 instead of. Yeah,
they were hitting some garbage time. It was a backdoor cover if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, UCLA was up like I think double digits like in the second half. I'm pretty sure.
Like the majority of the game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that one stung.
Yeah. Unfortunately, rip to Jer's moonshot of a bet of Santa Clara champs along with Houston Texans champs.
I love
And
that. Dude,
like
first time
9,000
on
to
the
1.
pod, right? And Jared comes out swinging. Like I said, it was such a pleasure when I opened the pod. I saw it posted. I opened up YouTube. I click on the video, and I had to no shit rub my eyes, and I'm like, is that fucking Jer?
Oh yeah, we got the quad box going.
Yeah, that was sweet. So I'm glad Jer came out swinging. It's unfortunate that dog is not barking, but I love that he came out fucking swinging. And then Nick, unfortunately, looked like Murphy Moneyline did not hit either for you.
Controversial.
Yeah, Sean, you tell him.
I mean, basically, so yeah, I had to look it up because I was watching that fight all 5 rounds. I was buying into the hype. I was like, they're in London. I'll throw a 20 on it for a nice $60 payout. And again, just something about having an actual paper ticket in your hand. It's a good feeling. But anyway, the way I scored it, where Murphy won at least, it should be 3-1 or whatever that is, like 39 to 40 or 4. I don't even know what it was. Regardless, I don't know the scoring, how it worked out. 39. I think it would have been 48-46 Murphy, because Evilov, I had him winning 2 rounds, and the one round that he would have won, he kicked him in the dick twice, so they took a point. So one judge scored at 47-47, and then the other 2 judges scored at 48-46 Evilov, which, again, controversial majority decision. So I would love to hear their explanation, because I thought Murphy dominated at least the first 2.5 rounds. And again, could be a toss-up, but if anything, I think it would have been at least a tie or no contest or draw. I don't know. So seems fishy. Calling this question their integrity. Probably a big payday on the judges' parts, but whatever. We move on.
Well, yeah.
Thanks for your outrage.
Appreciate it. You should write a handwritten letter to the UFC and see if they get back to us.
Do they
Just want to hear their explanation.
Right.
Get Dana White on the pod right now?
Can you request Dana to come on Bets and Regrets and give us an explanation?
Dana's eviscerated some of these guys before too, so I would love to hear his explanation
Dana
on some of it.
right now and tell him to come on here.
Will do. Get it right on it.
All right, Scene, do you want to go first for Dogs this week, or do you want me to?
Sure. As Nick was making fun of me earlier, you could call them some little yappers. You could call them some plush toy dogs, but they're a dog nonetheless. We got 2 again, Big Ten. We got Tom Izzo in March. Give me Michigan State on the money line at +110. You gonna get rich from it? No, but are you gonna turn a profit? Yeah. Then the next one is Iowa money line against Nebraska. I think Nebraska dumped the Gatorade, probably literally and figuratively, last week, coming off of a buzzer beater. I know you could make the same case for Iowa beating the best team, or one of the best teams in Florida. I know a lot of people had them going to the Final Four. Some people had them making the national championships. Some people didn't have them making a deep run. I had them going, I think, to the Elite Eight and getting stomped out there, but just a couple rounds earlier. So those are my 2 dogs, both at +110 value. Parlay 'em, it could be a fun parlay, but I'm not doing that one.
I love, actually, this is a spoiler alert, but both of Sean's little yapper dogs are directly involved with Nick and I's locks this week. So
somebody's going to turn out well.
Just throwing that out there. All right. Well, unlike the little yappers there, I've got some bigger dogs here. Now, 2 of them are MLB. Let's get into those. Tyler O'Neill. You ever heard of him, Nick?
Tyler O'Neill?
Yep.
No.
Okay.
No, I have not.
Well, right. He's not really the biggest name player. He's been around the league. He played with the Cardinals for a little bit. Now he's on the Orioles. He just loves being on bird teams, I think. But what he loves more than anything is hitting opening
Big
day
bitches.
fucking, bombs.
Yes.
Dude, he has hit, Nick, I might have spoiled this by putting it in the group chat.
Oh,
Guess
you
how
did.
many years in a row he's hit an opening day home run?
I feel like he's only done it maybe once or twice. I feel like
No,
it's a
no,
long
no.
shot. Oh my God, really? It's been more than that
It's been more than that. 6 years.
in a row?
2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026 is going to be 7. I fucking lost my fingers there. But Tyler O'Neill is going to extend his record and hit his 7th consecutive opening day home run. Now, obviously, there's a lot of juice on this because everybody who knows a thing about ball is betting this thing. So unfortunately, little bit of juice. I think it's like plus 350, plus 325. But nonetheless, you got to ride it, right? I mean, what to hit a home run in baseball is tough, major league level, right? To do it in the first game of the season, 6 years in a row, that's not just a coincidence. This dude is just locked in opening day. So we're gonna take Tyler O'Neill to hit a bomb at plus 350. Next dog. This is the biggest dog. This might be not a Great Dane, but a decent sized dog. Andrew Vaughn home run. Now Andrew Vaughn plays for the Brewers. He is playing. The Brewers are playing the Chicago White Sox, like Sean already brought up. And Andrew Vaughn was on the White Sox. He was kind of supposed to be really good for the White Sox, and then he had a down year.
Third overall pick.
Right. Yep. Gets traded to the Brewers from the White Sox last year, and so basically revenge game for Andrew Vaughn on opening day. Now there is a chance Andrew Vaughn's not in the lineup. It could be Jake Bauers at first base. However, this bet is must be starting. It must be in the starting lineup to count. So if he pinch hits, it doesn't matter. So if Andrew Vaughn is in the lineup, Andrew Vaughn hit a home run plus 660. Do you like making 6.5 to 1 on your money? Because I sure do. So that'll be good to hit. And then last one, I'm going to the UFC. I don't have a UFC in any of my locks this week because I'm going MLB and NCAA. So I want to get a little UFC hick into this episode. So I went with Grasso and Adesanya money line. Put those two together, plus 325. Now, obviously, Izzy is the favorite in his fight. But Grasso is the underdog to Macy Barber. Now, they have already fought before. And now, what has happened since then, right? Obviously, Macy Barber has won fights. Grasso has lost. But I believe Grasso is going to have enough to get it done, have that revenge against Macy Barber. And then Izzy's free money, too. So both of those money lined, plus 325. A little 3 to 1, a little over 3 to 1 on your money. I almost wanted to lock that. But, I mean, I think that dog is going to just be barking. So, Nick, you got any dogs?
I ain't got no dogs for you today.
All right. Well, let's move on to our weekly locks then. Sean, why don't you lead the way since you're the one that's making the listeners money?
Will do. I was trying to find a picture that my dad sent me from the Brewers opening day last year. Brogan, do you remember who hit the home run for the Brewers last year? I don't even know if he's employed
Ryan
anymore,
Braun.
but no. Give me a second.
Stats department's looking. I don't know off the top of my head.
I'm trying to pull it up at the moment because my dad had a fucking
Sabathia.
no,
fucking Vinny Capra.
Yeah, my dad was just praising this dude all year. He's like, Vinny Capra is gonna hit an opening day home run, and he put money down, and it fucking hit.
That is fucking awesome.
Incredible. He just sent me the receipt of it. I'm like, nice, dude. Hell yeah. Anyway, I'm moving on to weekly locks here. So, first one, we got Brewers money line. They're taking on the White Sox. The White Sox getting better. They weren't the worst team in the league last year, but I think they were the second worst team. And then tied with a Nerfy. So Brewers money line and a Nerfy. Now, I don't necessarily love it and the element that the Brewers could just hit a fucking nuke at any point. But I'm willing to say our bats might be a little cold to start. So we got Brewers money line and parlayed with a Nerfy. That's plus 164. Next one, I am very confident in. Brewers and Dodgers money line parlay. So the Dodgers are playing. Who'd you say they were playing, Brogan?
The Dodgers are playing the Diamondbacks, I believe.
Yeah. So you got Zach Gallen. He could shove, but I mean, I think eventually that the bats from the Dodgers are going to get home there and dominate. I think the straight up money line was like -2 something. So I'm thinking that we're going to be good there. Brewers, Dodgers, money line parlay for plus money at +113. Next one's going to be Iowa State. Now, Iowa State is playing Tennessee, and if there's one thing you do in March is you fade Rick Barnes, the Tennessee head coach, especially when it gets deeper into the tournament. That pressure builds, and I think he's just going to get out coached. Iowa State, now they did lose one of their best, if not their best player with a busted ankle. He might be back. I think he was like day-to-day or questionable. So if that's the case, I think they're still going to run him out of the gym. Iowa State was close with who did they play last week? Kentucky for a little bit, and then they ended up winning by like 25 or 30. So I think the same could be said for this game. Iowa State -3.5 at -115. And then for my parlay of the week, before I boomerang it back to you guys, we got Houston -2.5 at -110 going against Illinois. Again, Brad Underwood, I think, is a fraud in March. I just don't believe him. I think that Houston might be getting some of these favorable whistles, and we all saw what happens when Illinois doesn't necessarily gets kind of not in. What am I trying to say here? Anyway, the Badgers fucked them with some questionable calls, so I think you could probably see the same kind of outrage this week against Houston. And Houston, not necessarily a pick, but -2.5 under a possession. Yeah.
All right, well, I'll go next since I had the pleasure of hitting at least one bet last week. This week, I'm going to MLB for quite a few of my locks. First one's going to be the Pirates and the Mets nerfy, as well as the Tigers Padres nerfy. So parlay those two nerfies together. I could have went with one. They're right about the -150 cutoff that we have for locks. Listen, Brogan's mama didn't raise no bitch. We're going to parlay those together for a nerfy, almost getting up to 2-1. It's +176, I think, at least at the time that I put those together. Great thing about opening days, you got all the aces going for every team. So, I mean, Paul Skeens and Freddie Peralta in that first. As long as Freddie Peralta doesn't throw a fastball down the middle, which he is known to do, I am so confident in that nerfy. All right, next one. We're going Brewers White Sox over 8 runs. Now, there's no hook on that. It's just 8, so the push is in play here. What do I see happening? The Brewers are going to drop 10 on the White Sox. They can cover this by themselves. The Miz, sure, he might hit 110, 109, 110.
That's all right.
But he gets a little wild, so the White Sox might push 1 or 2 across, but the crew's going to put up 10. We're going to get some explosive offense in Milwaukee tomorrow. So Brewers, White Sox over 8 runs. My next lock, I'm going to go to college basketball, Nebraska versus Iowa. Listen, Iowa's had a great run. They beat Florida, but the buck stops here. Nebraska's going to be the team, the darling of this tournament. There's no Cinderellas left. How about the team that coming into the tournament? They had never won a tournament game before. All right? So now what's the story? They go from winning no tournament games to a potential title run. Nebraska is going to be the darling of this tournament. You heard it here first. So we're going to take Nebraska -1.5 against Iowa. Listen, Nebraska might beat Iowa by 70. So that's free money. And then for the parlay of the week, I had to go to baseball. And we're going with the Blue Jays run line. Now in baseball, the run line is typically always 1.5 runs. So Blue Jays to win by 2 or more runs. The nice thing about that is you get it at plus money. So +134 in the parlay of the week, which will sweeten that parlay a little bit. Listen, they're playing the A's, the Athletics, and that's their entire team name. They don't even have a home, right? They were Oakland. They're going to be Las Vegas, but right now they don't even have a home. So the Blue Jays are going to beat up on the homeless Athletics and win by at least 2 runs in that ball game. Nick?
Yeah, then for me, we're gonna keep it simple here, baby. The Orioles, all right, at -143. We are gonna fucking bang that. Just the money line. They're poised pretty good to be able to fucking just take the dub. Then we're parlaying the Dodgers and Blue Jays to win. So we have a lot of faith in the Dodgers and the Blue Jays on this podcast because Sean's betting on the Dodgers, Brogan's betting on the Blue Jays, and here I am betting on both of them. So we have a lot of confidence in the Dodgers and Blue Jays to get some fucking dubs. So if you want some free money, bet on the Dodgers and Blue Jays. Parlayed that together. It's plus 117. And then we're going to swap to UFC. I know I didn't do too hot last week. We got a little bit penisy, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to go out there and take a swing and miss sometimes, all right? We're on the come up again. Okay, Barber decision. Most of Barber's fights end in a decision. Between the two fighters, they have I think it's like over between the two of them stats wise, it's like 60% of their fights end in decision. And Barber's
And why is that, Nick?
I don't know why. Most of them end in decision. I think they just tend to go the distance. So I really believe Barber's the better fighter here, and she'll come out on top with the dubski here. And then going back to the NCAA for the parlay of the week, I'm going with Michigan State money line. All right, they are just gonna find a fucking way to win. It's Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo's a great head coach. He's been around for I don't fucking know how long Tom Izzo's been around for.
He's like 70.
Yeah, dude. Tom Izzo's been around. So this won't phase him. This is just another tournament for him. And he's going to be cool, calm, collected, and he knows exactly how to coach this team. Do I believe they're going to win? Probably not. Will they win this game? Fuck yeah, baby. So, with the Houston spread, the Blue Jays spread, and Michigan State money line, we're at, is it plus 800 on the nuts?
It is 8-1 on the nuts. Yep.
Imagine throwing your entire 401k into that. 8xing
Right.
it? That'd be pretty cool.
Then you'd have $16.
Not financial advice.
Yeah, I mean, I love this parlay of the week, honestly. These are all three bets that I am personally probably going to tail. Not saying that I'm not always tailing these because, I'm a good host of the podcast and I'm always tailing these. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, these are three bets that I would personally lock. Which sometimes, Sean gets a little wild or Nick don't even know what the fuck Nick's doing. But
Are you steady Eddie over here?
I am steady Eddie. If you look at my record, I have missed the parlay of the week a decent amount of the times as well. But if we look away from that and just look at everybody else, anyways, what I'm trying to say is this is 8-1. It feels like it's more like 3 or 4-1 in my head. So I think there's some good value on this parlay here.
I would agree. I think this is free money, almost. The Jays are just locked in. Like, they're just gonna beat up. Who are they playing again this week?
The Athletics. They don't have a home. It's just literally their team name is Athletics. That's it.
Yeah.
They're playing in a minor league stadium.
Yeah,
Yep.
fuck them. All right.
It'll be a beanbox.
Dubskis all around.
Well, I mean, honestly, what a great sports week, right? You got March Madness kicking off here in the next couple of days. Well, not kicking off, but continuing the next couple of days. You got MLB kicking off. You got a good UFC card.
Some NFL news.
Right. And then we haven't even talked about the NBA playoffs starting soon. So that's going to ramp up as March Madness dies down. So it's a great time to be a sports fan is what I'm trying to spit out here.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
And you know what that means? There are plenty of places to go out there and find some value and make money. All right, boys. Anything else we should cover before we get out of here?
Hammer Brewers minus 180, 200. Could be 500. Doesn't matter. Not enough.
I ain't got nothing, boys.
All right. Well, that's the card for this week. Some bets will cash. Some will turn into regrets. Either way, we ride. Make sure you subscribe. We'll be back breaking it all down next week. Bet smart, and if it misses, take the shot. Goodbye.
Crew.
Bye.